over to this. Slide on. That's it. That's fucking it. All right. Are you ready yet?
Let's get this party started.
All right, thanks. Here we go. Oh, you say, and I'm Rod Morrow?
Yep, got you.
Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
And I'm Rod Morrow.
Hey, Rod. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
I had a, you're the second choice. I had a guest scheduled for today. And I say, hey, just if you have a computer, a separate microphone, that's the way we got to play it. They said, yes, I'm all set. I line it all up. They're on their phone without headphones, without anything. What? How aren't I going to find out? Then I'll just go with it. Never mind why you would want to put that out there because it's going to sound so shitty. I'm going to find out you don't have a computer or a microphone. Then they go, no, I have to buy a computer. I can't afford it. By the way, this person's on TV quite often. Mm-hmm. I can't afford it. All the money went to the publicist. And it's like, okay, the publicist that you paid for got me in touch with you, and now we can't record. Can you borrow the publicist's computer for an hour? What is the most offensive thing a guest has done on your show, The Black Guy Who Tips, where you're like, do you hate me? Did I run over your dog?
We have a classic episode where a person they did it via phone and they were at work and they by the time they got off the call, they were at home, meaning that we heard them get in their car, drive, get all the way to their house. And because the whole time we were like, you have to get on a computer, you're killing us. And it was right as they got out the car, right, the phone died. And and then we've never had them back. That was when we decided to try to have some standards.
Do they rate you like, hey, thanks for your patience, or just like, hey, that was it?
No, they just see what the problem was. Respect what we did, and they did not take it seriously. And we're a little bit rock and roll over there, so we kind of leave that stuff in, because I'm like, if it's a bad look on you, to be honest. Everyone that's listened to our thousands of episodes know we take it for real, but we interviewed somebody that was like trending because they did a very popular song and video, so it was like hey, what a cool moment. And it's like, oh, kind of don't give a fuck about us. All right, then, have a good one.
Well, when you do it off your phone and you don't have headphones, if I talk, I'm going to talk over you. You won't be able to hear you. Never mind, it's going to be choppy in general. I can't even do that as a fun thing for the listener to hear how disrespectful somebody is, because you can't hear them.
Yeah, and I know you personally, it drives you crazy. Like insane. I'm very much like, I don't know. I have something inside of me that, like, when the chaos is happening, it's like, oh no, keep going. Fuck it. Like, right. And like, I don't know why. I know I don't re-listen to our show. So maybe that's also it. Cause maybe if I re-listen, it would really fuck me up to like hear. But like, we've had, the two of the band members from Living Color on. Yeah. And they're just old black dude rock and roll guys who I'm sure know everything about fucking audio, but they can never get anything right when it comes to the setup. We spend 30 minutes just setting everything up live in front of our audience. And honestly, I leave it in because it's so fun watching them bicker and go back and forth. But yeah, it's totally different.
When you have a Liz, my girlfriend, or a Mallory Jane, who technically this wasn't always their passion to do a podcast, and they can figure it out and they're ready. But my guest, a professional comedian and actress, didn't bother to check this ridiculous microphone plugged into your phone. Try make a phone call on that microphone. See if it's give a shit. I just don't get it. It's not
Zoom
me caring too much.
Zoom even has a thing that says, like, check your setup.
Yes.
Like, you don't have to make a call to check your setup and go, does the mic work? Do my headphones work? Will there be feedback? And people just don't do it. And you know, we've also had some where we just did what you did, where it's like a person just shows up and you're like, fuck this, no,
Right.
what are you doing?
Right. It's but again, it confuses me because it's for them. You're promoting your stand-up special. You paid a publicist. So it's your show. It's you. Your name is on it.
Yes.
How can you not give a shit?
Yep.
How can you not give a shit?
I don't get it. You want to represent yourself as best possible in all cases, right? You know, like when we are guest on something, hell, when we're not guest, when we have like a meeting with a company and they're like, oh, we're gonna do the meeting through. I show up with this setup. Like I don't do the phone calls. Like no, and they're like, oh my god, you guys must be professional podcasters. I'm like, that's why we're having the meeting, because I take the shit seriously. It would have felt weird if I just made a phone call.
And sometimes I'll get the guest that says, really? Because it works every other podcast. It doesn't. You don't listen back. I have heard those shows you're talking about. You sounded like shit.
Yep.
Just give a fuck, people. Give a shit. You know, people ask actors, podcasters, any of these comics, what's the secret? Giving a shit. That's the fucking secret.
To everything, really.
To everything. Just give a shit.
And it's so much cheaper. I think for people like us that's been in this game for a long time, it's more insulting when people don't have their shit together now, because everything's been thought of. Back then it was like, I gotta get a fucking tin can and some string and figure out how to record this. Now it's like a fucking USB mic costs nothing. Just get it.
I got to save up for a computer. Get one of those Chrome computers for $200.
Yes.
You have $1,000 phone.
Right. Your headphones. You just need headphones to connect. There's so many ways to connect headphones to shit now. There's so many ways to record shit. Come on.
And then I go, do you have headphones? This person starts looking around the house, and I hear the roommate or partner is like, did you check your pockets? And then they had the headphones. So to me, that means wireless headphones. They're not going to last the hour.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And I wrote all this stuff out. Yeah, you didn't charge them. Of course not. But anyway, everything works out because now we get Rod instead.
Yay.
Rod, tell me about your new stand-up special and your turn on The Mandalorian. Oh, well. This person, she's from the South, and she is on Mandalorian and for a small part. And it's funny to me, that show, you know, Star Wars based, that there's a Southern accent in space.
I love it.
Bill Burr, there's a Boston outer space, apparently.
Yes, I love it so much. I don't know why that tickles my fancy so much, but it's funny because the stuff like that has been in Star Wars before, but it's always an alien.
Right.
Which feels fucked up. The people who are the main characters all talk fucking the Queen's English, but then there's an alien and it's like, hey Anakin, you wanna buy some? It's like, why is that guy talking like that? We have people that talk like that. What's going
on? Big news. You know, I mean, I had to do a show today. How are people gonna know what that Biden dropped out of running again if I'm not here to tell them? But first, I just noticed this. I saw this in the news. The head of the Secret Service, Kimberly Cheatle, got the business from Democrats and Republicans alike for not stopping this guy sooner. That's shot at President Trump. Excuse me, at the upcoming President.
I feel like president is still right.
You still say it, right?
President, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing that too, and then I have to stop. I do the same thing you just did. I go, no, he's not fucking president. Oh wait, nah, he was president. Shit. All right.
Yeah, I say it, and then I catch myself because then I'm like, but I don't want people to think I think he's the president now.
Exactly.
Not my president, but a president. Yes, she ended up saying, why didn't they stop this shooter on a roof? They saw a guy on the roof, and they said because the roof was sloped, we didn't protect the roof, and we had to look out for the safety of the Secret Service. They can't stomach it, and everybody gave the look that every listener is given now. Why? Because it was too slopey.
Right.
This 20-year-old had the balls, but we're older, and our bones aren't so.
Shooters don't like slopes. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh my God. Kimberly Cheatle is her name. Before Trump took the stage at the rally, the director said the Secret Service had been notified between 2 and 5 times that there was a suspicious person in the area. First of all, 5 times. I had to keep better records as a bartender. What went on that night? Did anybody fall off a stool? Did anybody try to pick a fight? 5 times we were warned, but we didn't pay much attention to it. And then some of these hearings, I don't know how they work. She just simply wouldn't answer any questions.
Smart.
She's asked questions still unsolved. Were any Secret Service agents on the roof where the gunman fired shots at Trump? Did the gunman fly a drone over the area before the rally began? Why wasn't he stopped when people spotted him on the roof with a rifle? Then what are you doing if you're not answering these things?
She plead the fifth?
It's an ongoing investigation is all she said.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know you could do that.
I love that. Oh, that's up there with it's a personnel matter.
Right. Cheatle acknowledged that the Trump assassination attempt was the most significant operational failure at the Secret Service in decades. If I gave the worst service as a waiter that ever happened in decades, I think I got to hit the bricks.
Yeah. Oh, she's out of there. I can't. I looked at just like one clip of Lauren Boebert being like, did you apologize to Donald Trump after you fucked up? And she said, I did apologize to him. She's like, good. Well, at least you know how to do that or something. And I said, oh, she's fired.
It's over. It's over. Under questioning, GOP Republican Nancy Mace said to Cheatle, you're a colossal failure and you're full of shit today. I like
Jesus.
it. Yeah.
He said full of shit?
You're full of shit.
Damn, boy. What the fuck happened to the Congress I love?
What happened was, Cheatle thinks there was an assassination attempt in quite some time, and so she was lazy and didn't give a shit about security at all. Now you got to make up like there's shit we don't understand.
Well, here's what I know.
Yes, and
I just think she's not allowed to say this because she's a professional, and you just got to go down with the ship. It happened on your watch. You got to go down.
Right.
But from my understanding, Secret Service does not like that he does those outdoor events. They want him to do indoor arenas because those are easier to secure. Every other politician does indoor events.
Right.
But Donald Trump and his campaign do not pay their bills. So they have a litany of places. They have a litany of arenas that they owe money to that they can't go back to. So he does a lot of outdoor shit all the time, which is much harder to secure because there's a perimeter that Secret Service is responsible for. In this case, about 150 yards. And then out there, the rest is the police are supposed to do it, which this guy was right at the border of that. He was right at where the police were supposed to do it. And police, not Secret Service. You know what I mean? So I don't think she can say that because I think, everyone's going to go, just make an excuse or whatever. But I think that's the stone cold truth that he's like, we're doing it outside. Fuck it.
We're just 9 days out of the incident. It's still an ongoing investigation, Cheatle said. I'm not going to get into the specifics of that day. Well, what did you think we'd be talking about? Now, and yes, what do you expect the regular cops to do? These fucking cops.
Yeah, they're not going to do it.
Here in New York, the NYPD are saying we don't have to shave as cops, shave our beards, because in the Bible, it says that we're not supposed to shave, Leviticus. So we don't have to shave now. Okay. Okay.
And then as they're eating a shrimp taco.
Exactly. How were their fabrics mixed together? But all right. A recent edict that cops dress neater, banned beards, but allowed for both religious and medical accommodations. Now, an untold number of cops, the NYPD could not provide statistics, have said that the religious rights would be violated were they forced to go clean shaven. It's in the Bible, said one Manhattan officer, Leviticus. I got the accommodation. Another Brooklyn officer said, it's Leviticus, bro. I'm Catholic. If these, I'm not making that up. If these cops are caught like with a mistress, does the department stone them? Like, are we following these Bible rules? Ask like Trump was asked. Ask what your favorite Bible verse is. Is it when Jesus said a man marries a woman and they start a or is it about the 9-headed dragon? What was your favorite? Or is it simply Leviticus? Your team Leviticus.
Also, like God really could have used an editor on this thing.
Yes,
like there's a lot of stuff in there that doesn't really seem germane to anything. And like the fact that like the second draft of the book is in the book, you know, is it's just a real mess. And people cherry pick when to do. It feels like anytime somebody doesn't want to do something in America, they can say it's in the Bible, and they're not necessarily wrong.
Right. By the way, how did this shooting happen and Trump got hit with a bullet when there's so many? God said, when two or more are gathered in my name, there are so many crosses and Bible verses on these Nazi flags. Where is God? And when they go, oh, praise God, he was there, he turned Trump's head an inch.
That's
maybe jam the gun.
Yeah, he likes it dramatic. And also, you know, fuck them other 4 people or whatever that got shot, you know.
Right.
Like, it's not about them today. Trump's the main character. So firefighter guy, too bad for you.
Was God running a little late? You know, like he's, you know, those superhero movies where it's like, where's the other superheroes that can help him? And they're like, there's other planets where they have to go sometimes, so we can't get all of them here. Is it like, well, God has multiple universes, and he's like, shit, the president down here.
Maybe he's trying to teach Trump a lesson, you know, because sometimes he does that too, where he takes like Lot and fucks up his life a little bit, and he's like, and now you know to appreciate me. So maybe that's Trump supposed to turn over a new leaf. He'll be super religious after this.
I'm reading about in India, there was a religious gathering. A crowd crush at a religious gathering in northern India killed more than 120 people, injured dozens of others. You can't get more prayerful. What does God want?
That's
the disaster.
That's why his attention was divided between Trump. This shit too much was happening at the same time. He's like, oh, fuck. And Trump, I can only move it an inch. I can only move the bullet an inch. I'm sorry, Trump.
He's right. He's just got to be real quick. Like, like speaking of superheroes, like Quicksilver or something. The Flash, right?
Remember the Flash in that the last terrible Flash movie where there's that scene where he saves all the babies. Guys like that. Like he's just super fast, but he's not. He can't freeze everything. He's just like, fuck, one baby's got to go in the microwave. I'm sorry.
If it was real life, a baby or two would have not been fixed just right. Apparently, he's a physics expert. This Flash. The disaster is one of the deadliest such incidents the country has seen in recent years. Many of the scores killed had fallen into an open sewer near a large prayer meeting. Police are investigating the organizers, saying 250,000 people arrived at the venue, more than 3 times the number expected. Crowd crushes at religious gatherings in India are not uncommon, and deadly incidents have made headlines in the past, highlighting the lack of adequate crowd control and safety measures in the region.
Wow. At what point do you in the crowd go, this is feeling like a little crowd crushy?
Right.
You know, like, I think they were only supposed to let 100 of us in here. I got to get the fuck out.
No, God has me. God has me. So getting back to politics, I see now on Amazon Prime, the #1 movie, Civil War. It jumped up high whenever during the assassination attempt, and now it made it to #1. And I guarantee it's related. That's not a quick, and it's not free. You still have to pay $6 to rent it, $20 to buy it. So people are curious. Hey, what do I need to know about this Civil War? Is this a documentary?
I can't imagine how fucking stupid people are in America. That if you were preparing for a Civil War, you wouldn't go get like Ken Burns' Civil War. Right. You wouldn't go get like some documentary about maybe another country's Civil War. No, let's go watch a fictional movie about the Civil War, and then we'll let Hollywood. We hate Hollywood liberals, but we'll just this time they got it on the nose.
But if they can explain it in an hour and a half,
I mean, I ain't got all day
to say. Yeah. So of course, Joseph R. Biden Jr. put out a statement. My fellow Americans, over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. That feels good to hear. I didn't know if he was recognizing what I did. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We've made historic investments in rebuilding our nation and lowering prescription drug costs for seniors and expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We all decided it's best if you read this as opposed to hear me say it. We've provided what?
I got COVID, Jack. Did he say that?
Right. I got to type this out instead. We've provided critically needed care to 1 million veterans exposed to toxic substances. Passed the first gun safety law in 30 years. What was that? What was the
I
what
don't,
was what was the
I don't
law?
even know.
Let's see.
Feels like whatever it was is probably undone at the Supreme Court. Like
Right.
whatever it is.
Appointed the first African American woman to the Supreme Court and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today. I know none of this could have been done without you, the American people. Again, you're welcome. Together, we overcame a once in a century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We've protected and preserved our democracy, and we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world. It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. And while it has been my intention to seek re-election, in fact, I said, no fucking way will I back down. I must say, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president as the remainder of my term, which is interesting to me. You know, I mean, I don't have what it takes to be your president, so I'm just going to do it for 6.5 more months.
Yeah, I think he's my friend Andy says this all the time about Biden. He's been saying it for years. He said, I think Biden is a good president, really good president. And if he could just be president, that's great. And he said it, and he was right. He said he doesn't have it in him to run for president.
Right.
And I was like, damn. And fuck, I owe him a sandwich.
I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who have worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work. And let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you placed in me. I believe today, what I always have, that there is nothing America can't do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America. And there we go. President Joe Biden has ended his reelection bid. This hasn't happened since 1968. Lyndon Johnson said, I'm not going to run again.
Yep.
So,
and I looked up the gun law. Apparently,
okay.
It's the red flag law thing where you can basically say, hey, this motherfucker right here shouldn't have a gun and report the person to like federal authorities or state authorities or whatever. And also stop people from with domestic abuse from owning a gun. So and I think the Supreme Court upheld that one. That specific one was challenged and it was upheld.
All right. So we got something in there. You know, I mentioned this, of course, when I saw the debates. That's when it hit me because I don't really follow this stuff like most people. And Biden as soon as he walked out, I'm watching by myself and I say out loud, oh boy. Yeah. So I mentioned this. I'm not surprised that this happened. When you got the news, what was your initial reaction?
I was a little bit surprised. But you know, I've always kind of kept an open mind about the idea that him stepping down, I don't find to be a bad thing as long as it's Kamala Harris. Right. And so when I first saw this news, that was the tweet I saw and the statement I saw, and it doesn't mention Kamala. So for a little bit, I was like, what the fuck we doing, Joe? Right. You know, like I don't want to open the floor fucking deal, bro. We need to look like we got a plan because I think that's what everyone says about Democrats. This disarray, they're so unorganized. And I just wanted to see that this was a plan, like that you didn't just decide this shit. And then went, I guess whoever wants to get it next, y'all, you know, play 21 for it. And so I was surprised. I was a little bit angry at the fact that, you know, there's no real process for this. We did vote for this guy. And so it does seem like between the media, between you know, elite donors that have lots of money and shit, you can kind of take the will of the people that did vote and be like, throw that shit out. We doing some different shit now. I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense. I'm not saying they can't want to do that, but that is very undemocratic as a process that like George Clooney can write an op-ed and then we're like, that president got to go. But yeah, so those are my initial thoughts.
So I guess Biden did then endorse her. Vice President Harris said in a statement that she was honored to receive President Biden's endorsement, or maybe he never did. And she went, "Trust me, he did. He doesn't fucking know. In fact, he's learning right now that he backed down. Same time we are." Honored to receive President Biden's endorsement, intends to earn and win the Democratic nomination. Okay, whatever that means. It remains unclear if Harris will go unchallenged. The makeup of the ticket now rests in roughly 4,700 delegates who will vote at the Democratic National Convention in August. So supposedly we don't know. I think it's obvious it's going to be Kamala.
Yeah, she won't be challenged
Right.
because every challenger that people had in mind has endorsed her.
Right.
Brashear endorsed her. Gretchen Whitmer endorsed her. Gavin Newsom endorsed her. Like everybody, Pete Buttigieg, everybody's just getting behind her. And honest to God, this is what gives me hope. Like it was looking dicey because I know that the people that wanted him to step down for some reason wanted to step over her. And I just think that would have been disastrous. But this, everyone getting in formation, her raising basically $100 million overnight.
Yeah. 100 million in 24 hours.
That says something. That says
compared to, just to give you what that means, because when you talk ridiculous money like that, it gets confusing. Raised $81 million in 24 hours. The Biden-Harris campaign already had 96 million. She just doubled it in 24 hours when the news got out there.
Yeah, so, that means something, man. I don't know if you heard about this, but like literally like 30,000, over 30,000 Black women had a Zoom call last night. Like about how, like how they're going to get, our email, the Blackout Tips, got the email because they were just forwarding it. It was all word of mouth shit. It wasn't like it was just like spur of the moment. Kamala's in, we need to get information. What are we doing? What is our ground game? How are we working? This was the point I was making weeks ago when we talked about the debate. And I said, if he steps down, it's got to be Kamala because Black women have worked too hard in this party and they're too integral a part for them not to get the up next treatment right now. If you can skip over them, they're not making 33,000 people on a Zoom call raise $1 million in a night. That wouldn't happen. And those are regular people. Those aren't celebrities and Hollywood people. Those are just regular motherfuckers giving money. So I'm really excited for this now.
And I bet you people showed up with a full setup, microphone, computer. They weren't in their car. Do you think can we agree that I bet when they said Biden, look, you got to step down, he went, okay, so I guess I'll just be vice president. Like, no, it's all over. That's just the way it has to be.
You know, the irony is he'd be a great vice president. As far as what they're looking for Kamala's ticket. Because if you look at what everyone's saying, well, who's going to be the VP? They keep being like, guys, okay, we're scaring them with a Black lady. Okay. We got to get a old, just straight, white, male. And I was like, wait a minute. This is y'all just putting Biden back on the ticket. I actually kind of would like to go out there. Let's do some weird shit. Let's get fucking dangerous, man. Like I want Pete Buttigieg. You know, I want Gretchen Whitmer. I want let's give them two things to hate.
Well, you know, by the way, speaking of Pete Buttigieg, I feel like I kind of know this guy because I call a lot to complain about the airlines. I had to call Delta the other time, and as secretary, he picks up the phone. And I think he has too much on his plate, though, to be vice president.
Well, he does. I like that he tweets on our side. Like he tweeted something like with that IT outage. He's like, if they try to fucking give you a credit or some shit, fuck that. They owe you your money. Everyone's getting their money back. I was like, okay. I thought you were gonna have to do an investigation or you know, plead the fifth.
I know he has made some laws like you can't be stuck on an airplane for an hour without a refund, this kind of thing. And then people that they're guessing who will be a vice president pick if it's not him. I don't know these people. I don't know if you do. Pennsylvania's governor, Josh Shapiro. That's an important state. Is it that simple? North Carolina. You're from North Carolina. Do we like this guy? What's his name? Roy Cooper?
Roy Cooper. Yeah, I love him.
Okay.
But I also don't want him to leave.
I see. Right. Focus here.
This motherfucker, the only thing stopping this shit from being a red state.
Yeah. He brought duckpin to your town.
Yeah.
He'll
always be good in my book.
we have the VP pick that Trump did. This seems like a good one. This J.D. Vance. All I know him from is that movie Hillbilly Elegy. That's a
Mhm.
Ron Howard film. It's a good movie. I got to be
Right.
honest.
I didn't watch it, but I heard. But yo, so I don't know if you know this. Andy Bashir, who is the Kentucky governor, maybe.
Yep.
He's also on the
Yep.
short list for vice president, and he don't fuck with JD Vance. He treats JD Vance like how Kendrick Lamar treats Drake. He feels like that redneck shit, that's all fake. JD Vance, and he get him to come from that. He's not really a white, southern, middle of American guy. He's a fucking elite, whatever, Ivy League ass, grifter who'll say anything to win. And he's got smoke for him already.
Oh,
So
really? Okay.
he moved up on my list because I think this election is about hate. Everyone keeps trying to talk around it, and I'm already here, bro. You just gotta run on. We can't let these motherfuckers win. They hate us, and we hate them back. You're not gonna win on this fucking flowery shit. So he was talking shit to JD Vance, and I said, okay, maybe it should be
Oh,
you.
I didn't know that. That movie, it shows JD Vance, really born in the backwoods. They lick frogs for breakfast, and he ended up applying himself and becoming
Mm-hmm.
a senator. But okay, that's some news. I do look forward to Biden's Instagrams. Him and his
Mm-hmm.
stupid sports car and those dumb fucking sunglasses. Let the man just relax. I don't want him on the road.
Right. Not
Just
driving
pose
it.
in it. I never
Yeah.
thought he was really driving, right?
Right.
Okay,
I
good.
mean, listen, I can't wait for him to go to Delaware where let his dog bite some more Secret Service agents,
Right.
and just I don't know. I always kind of imagine that, at least in my mind, I don't know any of these motherfuckers. This is my head canon, right? But I
Hmm.
always just kind of felt like he was a true patriot that just really went, hey, because he hasn't really used the power selfishly. It doesn't seem like it's like he wants to be president on some because I need to be the guy. It just feels like he's like, guys, if it's not me, y'all are gonna fuck it up. And so
Hmm.
that that seems like his entire point of even getting in 2020 was it was Hillary, and obviously it should have been Hillary. So okay, me then, fuck, and then he won, which just verifies every fucking nightmare that he probably thought was, of it's gotta be an old white man. And so and I think you're seeing it in the analysis, right? Everyone's saying, thank you for stepping down. You're a true hero.
Yes.
This is what putting the country first actually looks like. Cause I think deep down, as much as everyone talked that shit the last 3 weeks, everyone had the same feeling of we know you did this for the right reasons, but you just
Hmm.
gotta go.
Right. Yeah. George Clooney for vice president. Thoughts?
I think he should give a speech. Karen said this. He should give a speech at the DNC.
Of course he should. I think he would. I
Yeah.
can see him. I can easily see him doing that.
He was integral in this shit. I think it started a lot of the divide amongst a lot of people.
Right.
I think the DNC has a good chance to be a healing moment and a let's get behind her moment. And I think it's important that people like him who said Biden should step down but didn't name a successor need to come in kiss the ring and be like, Kamala, you're the successor and you inspire
Yeah.
me and we're gonna kick Trump's ass.
And here's a picture of Brad Pitt for no reason. All right. Thank you
Right.
guys. Good night.
I don't want any celebrity VPs though. I don't want any celebrity politicians, period.
Right.
That shit is that's how you get Trump. We gotta people like Michelle Obama. She's not a politician, she don't want to be. And y'all would hate her because she gonna say some real shit. And y'all hate real shit when she's when she said Obama being elected was the first time she was proud of this country and everybody lost their shit. And I was like, I could see that. That's not why is that so far-fetched to everyone?
Well, you have we do get our side, the celebrities to show up and give some endorsements, whereas these celebrities that are into Trump know that we're gonna get canceled if we say our fucking opinion. So you get Hulk Hogan and you get Scott Baio, you get the first Hercules. Another person complaining saying she's not working because she's pro-Trump is Dreo De Matteo. She's the one who played Adriana on The Sopranos.
Yes.
And she's saying because she's vocal about Trump, she's not getting any work to the point that to survive, she has to go on OnlyFans. And for $15 a month, You can see what's doing down there.
Okay.
And whenever you click on, I did click on the OnlyFans. You don't see anything
Mhm.
unless you pay. But it's her credit being The Sopranos. She wrote The Sopranos, and and a
Wow.
smiley face. So she's
She's
into
into it.
this. Yeah. She recently said on the podcast, "Not today, pal," that her 13-year-old son Waylon edits her OnlyFans photos. Yeah,
Oh
this new
boy.
technology, it's really like the kids know what to do. 13 years old, she edits her photos. Quote, he's like, "So what do you want me to do with this bikini line here?" She said. The former HBO star said her kids don't see the shots of her getting frisky on the platform, so I guess she's fucking and everything. And
Mm.
she made sure they were comfortable with her latest career endeavor before launching the racy feed. So the kid's like 12, 13 years old, and she sat him down and went, "Listen, kids, what do you think? And tell me if it's too much, because, you know, you
Mhm.
have classmates in school, and these are very formative years. I'm thinking about showing my hooter and my cooter.
Mhm.
Just for a couple of extra bucks. Do you want to go on the field trip?"
Remember that talk we had where we talked about no parts?
Right.
Well, mommy's gonna be showing her no part. They're gonna be yes parts for me, and I'm gonna need some help editing because I don't know
I don't know what
Photoshop.
I'm doing. I can't
So
even crop.
right, I'm no. Don't worry, you won't have to see any like open V or anything. I just need some tan lines and some G strings moved around. Can you help me with that?
I hit a button wrong again, and my vagina's horizontal. Can you? I just make it clockwise. God damn
I
it.
also love that, like, no offense to her, but it's not like we thought she was like the strongest actress.
Right.
Like it's always these people that kind of play themselves, but
Yes. Yeah.
it's like, oh, you. So I'm sorry they're not making enough mob movies. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like that's
Right.
really what this is. It's not like
Yeah.
someone at Disney was like, she would have been in the Mandalorian, but
She started an account on the subscription-based site due to financial strain. Quote, OnlyFans saved my life 100%. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it really did save us.
okay, let me ask this though. If you're an OnlyFans sex worker, like a legit one,
Yeah.
do you get tired of these fucking celebrities making it sound like your profession is like because they gotta have a sob story? Like none of
Right.
them just say like, I like to fuck, and
Right.
and this platform will give me money to see me fuck. I'm just gonna go make some money fucking people. Fuck Hollywood. No, it's always
Yeah.
like I was living in my car and I was down to one kidney and no one would hire me. And my royalties went, and it's like, Jesus Christ, lady, this isn't really a positive story for OnlyFans at all.
It was ironic that I was supporting the Republican agenda, but anyway, I was flat broke on my ass.
Right.
No one could help me.
Also, they don't really publicly support any sex workers anyway. They want to
Right.
shut that shit down. But
Right.
I love Trump so much. He supports sex workers when he's not sexually assaulting them or
Yeah,
anybody.
they're fighting porn. They're putting in my kid's school, they're putting the 10 Commandments up. Anyways, it gets very
Right.
confusing. But when you gotta make a family work, whatever it takes.
Right. They won't cancel me over at MAGA. Weirdo.
Oh, well, here's the thing now. Trump's the old guy at 78.
I like that. I like the feeling of that, Maybe now, oh God, let's all cross our fingers.
Yeah.
Maybe now we get the fucking moment where people start going back and going, this motherfucker keeps saying crazy shit,
Right.
and not just crazy shit, but he fucks up a lot. Like, and the same things that Biden was doing, just wrong name, wrong guy, the fucking wrong fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Misplaced date. He does it a lot, and it's just okay. Biden's out the room, guys. Grandpa's going off to the fucking farm in the north. Can we just fucking come back to like a little bit of attention to like what the fuck this dude is? Because he's kind of unfit too in a lot of ways.
Right. We're having another debate, right? So it would be Kamala and Trump, right?
I hope so. But I think he's dodging her. I don't think he wants to smoke, bro. Listen.
Can you not do it? Is it legal to
you
not do
cannot
it?
do it. That's what he did the whole primary.
That feels different. This feels more important. But if you can,
But
then do it. I mean, don't do it.
He ain't got to do any debates, and I feel like he won't. I think he's already setting up a defense of like she's an illegitimate candidate that shouldn't even be on the ticket, so I don't have to debate her. And I think they're gonna they may even try to challenge this in the court of law. Hopefully that goes well. We'll see. But yeah, I don't think he wants to debate her because she would be in her bag. She's the exact person we need in this moment to debate him.
Yeah.
You know, he's a fucking criminal and she's like an OG prosecutor.
She's the prosecutor. He's the felon.
Yes. I made the joke that night of when he put on Truth Social something about her being like not legitimate or something. And I said, I think he's saying he's had enough time sitting across the room for prosecutors. And then today, Kamala Harris's campaign tweeted out like one of these images that said he's had enough time, like he's about to be sitting across from a prosecutor again or something. I was like, yes. Someone even told me last night, like, man, you better be careful. They're gonna steal this. Steal it. I don't like this guy. You can have all my work for free, Kamala Harris.
Right.
We gotta win.
And Kamala, of course, 20 years age difference, huge age difference. Yes, I would
and
like
she
to
looks
see the
great.
two of them. She looks great, and she's gonna have to live with some of the policies she makes. I enjoy that.
Yeah, like that's another thing. It's like, what's her plans for the future? I don't know. To be around,
right?
Like whatever I do, I have to be around for. Like, you know, I'm not that I thought Biden was governing bad. I thought he was actually governing pretty well. But a lot of his shit is like he ain't gonna be here for the Green New Deal to kick in. He be gone by then.
Agreed. All right, should we do a little minimum rage?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
All right. Let's see if we can find a cop that does anything.
Cut Bank police seeking help in identifying man after he broke a fast food window.
Where was this?
Cut Bank, Montana.
Cunt Bank?
Cut Bank.
Cut Bank, sure. Okay.
Yeah. Can you imagine if there's a town called Cunt Bank?
I feel like I've seen worse.
I was thinking about that today. Like, this is so random, but you know that term, the road to ruin?
Sure.
I was like, I wonder if there's a place called Ruin. Is there like a town? It's like, yeah, you gotta take the road to ruin. Right. Anyway, the Cut Bank Police Department is asking for the public's help in identifying a man who reportedly broke a window at a fast food restaurant. He was upset about his order and ended up breaking a window. And they leave their phone number, said, call us if it's you, call us and we can meet you to get you your ticket.
This is the cop making jokes, I guess?
This is this is a cop posting on their social media.
Okay. And saying, hey, let's I'll find you, give you they got jokes. They're funny people.
Yeah, when they could be securing roofs with slants, they're doing shit like this instead.
Yeah.
And they have his picture. So they also say call us if you know the identity of the man as well, but that's the whole article. Just he didn't like his order, he broke the window, and they got his picture, and hey, if it's you, reach out to the cops.
All right, that's a Tuesday. Is it the front door or the to-go area?
It looks like the front door in this picture they have. So I don't know if he they don't show him breaking the window. They just show the picture of him walking away from the damage.
Then when he goes again, does he put like a fake mustache? Hello, and it's like, you're too fancy for here. It's you.
He's like, I think he shows up, and I think he calls him, he goes, let me explain my side, because they always think they're right. So I do think they're gonna catch this guy. I think he's gonna show up. He's gonna be like, the fries were cold, okay? And I think when your fries are cold, you get to break something. Okay, I didn't break a person. I broke a window.
Right.
That's reasonable. I'm not saying you don't give me a ticket at all. I'm just saying, $25. Let's like call it even. And I think we'll get some negotiations out of this.
I don't know. Would I rather my kid join the military or a fast food restaurant in quotes?
Who's president?
Right.
I gotta think about it, but who's president? Because I'm willing to listen to this.
JD Vance claimed he worked at a McDonald's.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Full of shit. Wait till Bashir hears about this.
That's right.
Faking the hillbilly lifestyle.
What's it? Do you have it handy? What's the story we went over last week?
Okay, so last week on Behind the Paywall. So if you're
Yes.
listening to this, get behind the paywall. Here, part 1.
Yes.
Part
Okay.
2. We now know why that Sonic drive-in manager got killed by an angry customer.
Okay.
Because at the time we had no motive and we were left to speculate it could have been a domestic incident where someone like pulled up to they knew where this person worked.
Right.
I'm gonna fucking shoot this guy for some reason. No, it was what it always is: food and money. So apparently, 2 individuals are suspected of fatally shooting the manager of Sonic fast food restaurant following an argument over their order and money.
Jesus.
They killed 33-year-old Daniel Shrewsbury Sunday evening. The San Antonio Police Department released 3 images of the suspects, and they now say that they do have the people's identities.
Okay.
So they were able to find out who it was. The footage was taken. The pictures were taken from footage of security at the restaurant. According to a report, the shooting took place around 9:40 p.m. on Sunday evening. Shrewsbury reportedly got into a verbal argument with one of the persons of interest while they were in the drive-thru or parking lot of the restaurant. The argument escalated and ultimately ended with one of the individuals in the car pulling out a gun and shooting Shrewsbury at least once before fleeing in the vehicle. I mean, it's easy for me to say this guy's dead, but you never leave the restaurant.
Right.
You got home field advantage, and you know where the fry grease is, you know where the knives are. Stepping outside, that's kind of their territory. They know where the guns are in the car. You have no idea. So,
that's the Secret Service. They know. Stay inside.
Right. You have establish a perimeter, okay? Right. Unless you got a gun stashed outside, stay your ass inside.
Amen.
The fatal shooting left locals and regular customers of the fast food restaurant devastated. This is such a tragedy. It's horrible, said Alicia Cassis, who typically goes to the Sonic location twice a day for soft drinks. Okay. Oh, man. Does she even have toes left? You can't be getting 2 sodas a day from fucking the fast food place, man. Right. The Cassis told the station of her many visits. She has always had a good experience with the employees, particularly Shrewsbury. They're wonderful. They're so sweet, and the manager is top drawer. So rest in peace to that man. And the franchise says they're fully cooperating with the investigation.
Yeah, they're good. What are you gonna do? You're gonna pull ahead of the Secret Service, right? We have our own investigation going on. Okay, all right.
They said snitches get stitches, and we won't be telling y'all shit.
It's when the majority of these fights, if not all of them, are over food, sauce, cold fries. That means you already paid. You most likely paid with a credit card.
Right.
They have you.
Well, you're not yourself when you're hungry.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. So when you're hangry like that, it's like, fuck, I guess I should shoot somebody. Oh, wait, I think I just wanted some fries. Uh-oh.
When you're a cop, and you've seen this, like apparently people can be bribed with a soda or a bologna sandwich in these police stations, right?
First 48.
And they're like, okay, they're like, would you like a bag of chips? Would you like a sandwich? I'd be scared to give them shit. Because these people are really picky about their food.
That's how you get them on tape with the motive for the crime.
Right. Give them cold fries and then see their attitude.
I'm like, well, you need some Popeyes? Yeah, we got you some Popeyes. Right. What kind of sauce you want? Oh, you want the hottie sauce from Megan Thee Stallion? Yeah, we got you. And the sweet heat? Yeah, no problem. Don't bring the sweet heat. Just
barbecue.
Bring on the barbecue. put it on. Wait 10 minutes for it to cool down. I want the fries cold. Sit it in the room with him by himself. We'll find out. Make
it a burger and put the ketchup on the bun on the outside.
Yes. And then when they get in there, like, I'll fucking kill everybody in this motherfucker. You're like, ha ha ha, gotcha. It's Monk, one more thing. You are going to kill everyone in here because your barbecue sauce wasn't hot mustard sauce. I think I rest my case.
I feel like I did see the show Monk now. Rod, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for filling in. You're a blast. Again, we had to get the news out, or people who's gonna know,
Yeah, anytime, man. I mean, I hadn't heard anything about this Biden shit till you told me. So
yeah, that's what it's about. Check out.
But before you leave though,
Yeah.
how do you feel? Because this was a thing that I feel like you needed this. Like I was more of a like, fuck it, whatever we got to do, I'm in. I'm resolute. It doesn't really matter, but I know it mattered to you. I know you definitely felt like Biden would lose if it went down to him and Trump. Does this make you feel any more hopeful or better?
Yes, without question. It's exciting even. I compared it to something less serious than being the president of the fucking United States. A comedian, if you performed the way Biden did, stuttering, stammering, I think that should have been my punchline. You don't go, you know what? Probably an off night. I'm gonna take this motherfucker on tour. It must be a one off. No,
Right.
that there was no fucking one off. People are saying, "Oh, I heard him the next day on a radio show, and he was right there, real sharp." And I'm like, I hear the same fucking things. What weird denial? And people going, "I hope I'm have it together like that when I'm 80." You don't. What the fuck are you talking about? It's sad shit. It's only gonna be worse. It's probably Alzheimer's. It was probably a stroke in the middle of the fucking night. It's only cumulative. Um, this is very good news. I'm glad they did it sooner rather than later, even though it was kind of late. But yes, this is good. This is pleasing, and I do feel better.
Good. I'm glad because I feel like that's the feeling that we need going into this thing. And if
Yeah.
this is what brings that, then let's do it. And I feel like um whether it was a one off or not, that night was so bad that it
Yes.
scared the shit out of people. And it's not the bar was so low that everyone could go, well, he's not having a night like that, no matter what he did, because he probably won't have another night like that in public. But the fact that it could happen is scary. You know what I mean?
And it would happen. If I performed the way he did on a test in school, the teacher wouldn't go, "Would you like to retake it?" They'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? F. What are you
Yeah,
doing?"
I won't go as far as saying it'll happen again, but I just feel like the fact that you feel like it definitely will is you can't beat that feeling. You see what I'm saying? Like there's never gonna be a thing he can ever do that'll make you feel like, oh shit, I got it wrong. He's straight now.
Well, we have 6.5 months to find out if I'm right. But anyways.
Yeah, exactly. So and just even the risk of him having another night like that.
Right.
It's scary as fuck. And
how can there be a second debate and he comes out with finger guns? Hey guys.
Yes.
I don't know if I want him giving Kamala a speech.
Right. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I think he should though. He got to give her a speech because the bar is so low, Keith. This is the part you don't get. The bar is so low for him right now.
Oh yeah.
He's walking on sunshine. If he gets out there and just doesn't piss on himself, the fucking he's gonna get 5 minutes standing ovation walking to the fucking podium. Guarantee it. It's gonna take him 5 minutes to walk to the podium.
Right. And then go, oh shit, we're out of time.
Yeah, the smart. If he should do that.
I guarantee that he said to people in his cabinet and went, "Hey, I just read that people would still vote for me if I was brought out on a stretcher. Can we do that?"
I feel like they told him he went, I decided to stay in. And they're like, yeah, well, just let us know when you decide what you're gonna do. And he's like, I decided. And I'm like, maybe decide again at 2:00.
Right.
It's
after 8 p.m. So we can't take your word for anything right now. Yeah, so let's talk about it.
Keep deciding. Just keep, I got COVID, Jack. I know. Just keep decide a little bit more.
And we're writing down your thoughts in a statement right now. So you keep deciding.
Neither here nor there. We've already switched the logo to Harris and the funding to. I got a text on like Friday night from the same people that always text me, the like vote blue. Okay. And it said, would you vote for Kamala Harris? That was Friday night. And that's from like the Democrat fundraising people.
Oh, you think you're saying they're feeling it out?
They absolutely. This shit doesn't happen like this without somebody making some calls to say this is what we're doing. So I think anyway, I'm glad you feel good. I actually feel good. I feel much better than I would have felt if Biden stayed in. And I didn't anticipate feeling such a like positive rush. But I think part of it is because they actually didn't fuck around and they went straight to Kamala Harris and everyone's in formation. And I think we can fucking win this thing if we just keep that energy.
That's right. Amen. Amen. God willing.
Yeah.
Well,
So everybody in the forums,
he shows up late sometimes, but anyways, God willing.
Stop freaking out, everybody. All right. Yeah. If you're in the forums, let's change this energy into positive energy. We gotta fucking go kick this ass.
It's a new day.
It's a new day, baby.
KeithandtheGirl.com/VIP. Hear every show we've ever done and the spinoff shows. Tomorrow we'll be recording with Rod and Karen, talk about who the assholes were last week. And I think that's everything you need to know. We'll talk to you soon. That's it.
Boom. That was fun, bro.